Hey guys, it's Rich from the Kel-n-rich Show. Thank you so much for clicking on the video. As you can see, I'm all alone. There's no Kel. Well, not altogether alone. Winston's back there sleeping. He's 14 weeks, I think, today. Little Yorkie puppy. Amazing. I have a special video that Kel made just for you guys. I didn't know she was doing it. She sent it to me just a little while ago. And she's still in the hospital. She might get out today, depending on a couple of things that the surgeons are looking at. So if you don't know what happened, Kel was effectively mauled right in front of our house by a pit bull cross that should not have been here. She shouldn't have been without a shock collar. Basically, this is a very dangerous animal. 10 days prior, I was out with Winston. This dog chased me to the point where I was running for my freaking life with him basically being held like a football in my arms and just escaped to the door. The links are below if you want to watch those videos that explains, in Kel's words, what happened. And then we have a second video that is a little bit more on the funny, edgy side that you might want to watch. It's called Kel's New Metal Girlfriend. So the video that you're about to watch is unedited. It's just raw. It's her message to you. She misses you. She's gotten to know so many of you. If you're new here, welcome, and just let us keep you company with some fun. So here's the video right from Kel.
Hey there, everybody. It's Kel from the Kel-n-rich Show, and Rich and I just thought we'd send you a little message from me to update you all to know what the situation is and why we haven't been sending out any videos in the last few days. For those of you that don't know, last week on Thursday I was attacked and very brutally mauled by an 85-pound pit bull boxer Dalmatian cross who was trying to eat our 13-week-old puppy Winston, who's a 4.2-pound Yorkie. But the dog lost interest in Winston and really attacked me. So I was bitten 4 times, especially on my right arm. And as of last Sunday, my arm started to take a massive turn for the worse. The pain started increasing a lot every day, and it would just be throbbing and throbbing and throbbing, and the pain was going down into my hand and into the back of my fingers and into my thumb and up into my shoulder, and then it started moving towards my chest. And so we decided to send me back to the urgent care facility that had taken care of me initially. So for those of you who live in our area, if you're looking for a really great clinic to go to with a fantastic staff who is so diligent about everything and cleaning, I was wearing gloves and a mask, and they were cleaning the pens that I took a pen from. Even though I only touched one, they cleaned all of them. They're cleaning the counters after I left. They cleaned everything I sat on. And they're just really a great, caring staff with wonderful physicians. They've been checking on me even though I'm now in the hospital. They called me today, and they've been checking on me every day. And it's called Express Docs, and it's in Delray Beach, and it's on the corner of Military and West Atlantic. It's right in there, and they're just amazing, and they're great. So if you have any medical needs and you want to go see them, it's the place to go. So when I got there yesterday, they told me that I needed to go to the emergency room. So they sent me to what's called a freestanding emergency room, and that's a part of the JFK Medical Center, but it's in a different part of the town, and it stands alone in a shopping plaza, but it's connected to them. So it's like a satellite emergency room. And I went there at 7 at night, and they worked very diligently from 7 to midnight to try to get the pain and the throbbing and the heat under control, and x-rays and ultrasounds and blood panels, and I mean, they did everything they could, and it was only still getting worse. Despite giving me some medication for pain, it wasn't helping. So at midnight, You know, I talked to Rich, obviously, throughout the whole thing, and we decided together, all of us, that we would send me to this hospital, to JFK Medical Center. So now with all that's going on with the COVID-19 crisis, the hospital is the last place any of us would choose to go unless we felt we had no choice. So we asked what the situation was here, and what they told us is that the COVID-19 patients are quarantined and they're in a completely different section and they're sealed off, that the rest of us come in from a back door and that they come in through a different entrance, and that there's no risk of spreading it, and that it's safe to come here. So now all the staff in Florida who are in hospitals and clinics and emergency rooms and paramedics, they're required now to wear masks and gloves. But us patients, if we're not infected, we don't have to. So I'm in a room totally by myself, and I've been on an IV drip of multiple hardcore antibiotics and lots of fluid, because despite my various attempts to drink lots of water, I was totally dehydrated, and that was not helping. So the fluid and the antibiotics have been inside of me now for about 24 hours. There's a few more tests left to see what's happening, but my arm is definitely feeling better. It's not as hot, and the pain has gone away for the first time since Sunday, which is fantastic, and hopefully I'll be home soon. So we just wanted to let all of you know what's going on and why you haven't seen any videos, and we'll get back to them when I'm back home. Thank you to all of you who have sent wonderful messages of your thoughtfulness and your care and your love. We really appreciate it, and I can't wait to be home. And I just want to thank Rich for everything. He's just, for those of you that don't know him, he's a wonderful, wonderful man, and he's my everyday superhero. He's my knight in shining armor, and Rich, I love you, and I appreciate you so much, and I can't wait to be home and in your arms with Winston. So that's it for me now. Field report from the JFK Medical Center in Florida. Lots of love to all of you. Stay safe, be well, and don't be afraid to go to the hospital or the clinic if you really need to. Just take your gloves and your mask and call ahead of time. All right, we'll see you soon. Bye.
So there you go. Thanks for watching that. She, as you can tell, she really is not very happy. She's optimistic, but this has been a crazy ordeal. As she said, everything has been thrown at this infection. Every antibiotic known to man, woman, child, and rhinoceros. The nurses said that of all the people that they've seen, they didn't understand why this infection wasn't responding to these antibiotics. So something really sinister was going on, and it could have been really, really bad. So we're a little touch and go. But in the meantime, here's what I thought to do. I woke up this morning pretty hungry, as I am most mornings, and I decided to make a little egg scramble, potatoes and onions and garlic and scallions and mushrooms and salsa and chili pepper and cheese, and scramble it up, and I'm cooking, and Winston's eating what I'm dropping on the floor. And I just stopped for a moment. I said, you know what? I think I want to listen to the new Nightwish album. It just dropped today, April 10th, 2020. I was like, yeah, it's a good idea. We have not listened to an album together in a long time. Like, we're talking over a year and a half. And what I want to do is this. I want you guys to rank in order of 1 to 9, so that your favorite song on the new album, number 1, and then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And when I collect 10 number 1 listings, so let's say you like Harvest, for instance, off this album. If Harvest comes in 10 times at number 1, that's what I'll show Kel. That'll be our first reaction when she comes home, and we'll give you guys the credit, and we'll have some fun with that. Same goes for number 2 and 3. So I'll probably do 3 songs from the new album, because I also have not listened to the second part of Human to Nature, which is all the works of nature which adorn the world, and then there's 8 parts to it, and it's all instrumental from what I understand, from what I've read, and it starts with maybe a brief spoken word intro from what I understand. And each one is listed, like the first one is Vista, and then there's the green or something like that, and then it finishes with Ad Astra. So I want to listen to all of that with Kel when she gets back. So don't rank those at all, okay? So yeah, we'll have a little fun with that. Help us out. And I'm going to go through what I remember listening to the album the first time, in terms of the bits that I really enjoyed. So this is my take, and this is after listening to these songs once. So it starts off with a great song, great album opener called Music, and it's got some really nice introductory kind of sounds and soundscapes, and then it goes into Floor's amazing kind of rolling kind of vocals and just really impressive stuff, and it culminates with just a great kind of Nightwish jam, right? And then it goes into Noise, which we've done. Okay, we've done a reaction to Noise. Just a great driving symphonic metal, almost like an anthem for our times, for the social media times. Next song is Shoemaker, really kind of an interesting kind of folky, gets right back to folk metal and things like that. The male vocal is very good in this song. There's a song on this album that I don't like the male vocals as much, but definitely a Shoemaker. Nice. Nothing too crazy. It's just a really nice piece that just continues to move through, and then the soaring vocals from Floor at the end, leading to Harvest. And Harvest, again, going almost like not this kind of tribal thing that happens. It doesn't really last, but it definitely moves into more of a folk story, right? Very nice. Kind of a nice, almost like the first couple of songs. Let's see, so 1, 2, 3. This is the 4th song. It's almost like a not a pause, but it's perfectly put into the album mix. Okay, then the next one of my favorite songs of the album. This is Pan. Driving beats, crazy jam at like 140 for like 15 seconds, and then back to Floor. Yeah, it's amazing that I could remember just listening to it once. Excellent song, Pan. How's the Heart? This is a really nice, almost like an Apex, featuring Floor's voice. Again, the album kind of moves up to the song, and then it leaves us very satisfied. Beautiful melody. How's the Heart? Yeah. Yeah, I remember it, so that means for me, that means it's really good. Nothing too crazy, nice symphonic kind of fun album, really solid. Procession I love, so kind of How's the Heart and Procession, almost like it feels like they go together somewhat, but they're 2 different songs. One of my favorite ones on the whole album. Definitely one of the songs with the most vibe elements. The melodies are great feel to it, and it's got that, it gets going. And then Tribal is a very, very cool song. Okay, like, man, I can't say enough about this song. Right at 140, I think. Enough said, right? And that goes on for a good 45 seconds. And it's still going, almost like the Mongolian metal stuff, like kind of the Who, the HU. And then 3 minutes, it actually comes back with more of this stuff. That's some sick drumming. Right? sweet spot. Now, this last song, Endlessness. Interesting, most of them clock in about 5:20, 5:19, 5:18. This one's over 7 minutes. I don't like the male vocals in this as much as any of the others. See if I can find it. That stuff doesn't feel like it should belong on this album with Floor's beautiful voice and the other work that's been done by the other male vocalists. Nice melodies though, nice instrumentals. And then finishing with a beautiful outro. So that's what I remember from the first listen. The next part, oh, I didn't hear that yet. Now I just did. All the works of nature which adorn the world. And each of the 8 parts, I guess it's about a half hour, they all have a different name. So the first one is Vista, and then it carries on with like the green or something like that. And then I can't see the titles because the titles are so long that you actually have to play the music. I guess I could just go to Google. Okay, so when I go landscape, I can see all the works of nature which adorn the world. Vista, then there's the blue, the green, moors, aurora, quiet as the show, and then Anthropocene, and an Ad Astra. So I want to listen to the second part of Human to Nature with Kel, and I think that would be a lot of fun. A 1 through 9 list, and when I get 10 number ones from one song, that's the one I'll choose to play for Kel. So she doesn't know this, that this is happening, but hopefully I'm going to be picking her up in hopefully a little while. Hopefully the CAT scan came back negative. So I just want to show you before I leave, you guys really haven't seen the set in terms of where Kel is and what she is kind of interested in and focused on when she's doing this. So, okay, no, she doesn't sit on that. Don't be gross. That's just one of the collars that she's wearing these days. She's got a whole bunch of them. That's her backpack that she takes Winston out with, and she usually has the nighty-night stick in there now. And here's something really cool. This is one of the first things I ever got her when we got together. Eventually, she became Mrs. Gafter, and this is the first time she had actually seen her name printed on anything. So Mrs. Kelly J. Gafter, very cool. Her middle name is Jacqueline. And this is indicative of how I think of her and what I believe she is. I believe she's an angel on earth, truly. So I say, to my little T, she's my little Taurus, whoever you are and wherever you came from, thank you for making the trip. Because I do truly believe that she is an angel on earth that came here for us. So here's her collection today, or the last time we did our video. This changes all the time. This is stuff that she either walks around the neighborhood wearing, or going to stores, or walking around the house, or she just goes, you know, kind of au naturel and doesn't wear too much of this stuff. But she's got her little unicorn that shines the light and spreads the magic for everyone that I got her. I got her 10 of these just in case this one broke, because it was a deal. Her makeup and her little hair clip, and I'm just missing her so much just even looking at this stuff. She's got more, a whole kit of women's shit that is just amazing, which she just puts together. It's super cool. And then you have kind of my techie stuff here, and nothing too exciting about that. And then over there, that's actually an entire dowel of our wearables. So anything that goes on our wrists or other kind of things that we just really didn't have a place for, but we decided to make a dowel and keep everything all in one place. So there you go. So thanks so much, you guys, for watching and doing what you have for Kel. Do what you can. She reads everything that you guys send her as long as it's, as long as it reaches her inbox. She's just sitting in her hospital bed and doing this when she can. So thanks again for watching. Thanks for all your support, and enjoy the album, and we'll talk real soon. Thank you so much, you guys.
If you're all right, then say something.
Something.